Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's.
Well,
Are
let's.
we
Are we actually live though? I think so.
Well, go to the website.
Well, go to the website and see.
Yep.
Yep.
Looks like we
Looks
are
like
live.
we are live.
So if I switch
screens on here,
you just have mic.
you just have mic audio on all of them.
What's that?
What's that?
I don't know if mic audio.
I don't know if mic audio is on all of them. I hope.
Yep, I think so.
Yep, I think so.
Mic audio,
Mic audio, desktop audio.
Is it?
Is it?
We should
We
cast
should
it down.
cast it down stairs though to make sure that it sounds okay and looks okay.
You'll put it on the TV.
You'll put it on the TV downstairs.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what our YouTube handle is though. This is Z River. Z River Zero live stream.
Here, I'm gonna rename it to 64. This way. Space. Go.
They can hear everything.
They can hear everything. All right.
Okay, we don't have any.
Okay, we don't have any viewers right now.
Well, nobody knows
what our live
stream is yet.
Did you
put it on there?
Did you put it on there?
You are demanding some days, man. You guys ready? Ready to do your races there, kiddos?
Are we watching that?
Well, you
guys can.
Yeah, we can put it on
we
here.
can put it on here.
Where's our
Chromecast remote?
You're gonna watch your
car's race. Maybe I shouldn't go on.
You ready? Can I come up?
I don't hear any sound.
Oh, they can come up.
Oh, they can come up. Yeah.
If you guys want to watch your own cars live, you can.
Yeah, bud. There's
no sound.
There's no sound.
There's no sound. You can't hear me?
No. Okay. It shows
sound on here.
Let me just see. Can you hear me? Check. Hey, check
1, check 2.
Check 3.
Check 3.
Check. Can you hear me? Okay, it sounds like it's coming through,
buddy.
Hello? Well, you got two different mics picking up audio. Are you sure? Okay,
So
well, let's fix this. Oh boy. Well, I'll turn the monitor off because I think that's part of the problem. You're on TV. It's probably because the monitor was on for all these. Accessed. Nick should be showing up as.
Where's the timer?
Time remaining.
There should be another timer that's...
Well, I guess hello and welcome to F164 Racing. Yeah. We apologize for the technical difficulties we had starting here. It's been a bit of a road to get to where we are today. A lot of construction, a lot of hiccups along the way. Nice 3-hour bump on race night, but we're finally here and we're ready to start the junior tournament.
Yeah, you don't get this kind of hair by not having problems on your track. But we are ready to go, and we're excited to see some of these competitive racers today. I know they've been practicing, lots of practice laps, lots of difficulties in those practice laps. So I think we're in for an exciting day.
Yeah, and I mean, when you build a track like this, the crazy thing is, you know, if you're not going to be the best, be the worst, is what I always say. And I think we have one of the worst tracks ever created, one of the most difficult tracks ever created. Drivers often do not finish, so it'll be really interesting to see if points just add up because you're the only one who does manage to get to that finish line today.
Yeah, I would say today's track is probably one of the most difficult we've seen all season. You know, our music level's down so we can hear a bit.
Yeah, so we're just getting some updates from our technical crew, and we'll make some adjustments here as we go. If you'll forgive us, it's our first day, so we will get the race started here. We actually already have our first crew up for racing today. We have the Little Rascals up against Pink Fection. So the Little Rascals starting off are with Bristol and Raylan, and the drivers that they have going for them are actually the owners. So it's just Bristol and Raylan are the drivers here today. Pink Fection, their driver is known as Drift Queen, DQ for short. We all know the ice cream and love it, but this is a totally different animal. We've got the Drift Queen here today. The crazy thing is Pink Fection has 2 cars up and only 1 driver. So we're going to see today how that works out for them. Now, oftentimes when you only have 1 driver and 2 cars, it doesn't work great. But I think maybe they have a shot. We'll see. Looks like they might have a celebrity driver in there. I see Mario and Luigi. So they might have hopped in as celebrity drivers here for a couple of our people. As we look at the track, you'll notice that first turn looks pretty sketchy, and a lot of people are going to bounce out right away. So, without further ado, I think we should probably just get right to the racing here. So if you're not familiar with the format, what we've got going on here is we've got 2 racers from each team competing head-to-head for points. And it's the best of 4 races. And we'll add up the points at the end of those 4 races to determine who's the winner amongst those 4 drivers. Now, like I pointed out earlier, Pink Fection is running 1 driver on 2 cars, so it'll be really interesting to see here today. All right. So, yeah, no, I already got them up there.
Oh, okay.
So the cars are in their positions at the pole position today here. We have Mario and Luigi in the 2 pole positions, first and second. And back behind them, we have a couple of racers for Bristol and Raylan and for the Little Rascals. So
yeah, you can see here, even the smoke coming off of these cars, it's shaking the camera. I mean, these cars are really revving up, so we're ready to race.
Yeah, this is an exciting time. So without further ado, I believe they're starting here. There's the lights. They go.
And the lights are
away. Off. The first corner is crazy. We've already got a spin out. They're down around the first track. Oh, loop-de-loop.
Oh, and
Oh
he
no!
stopped short.
Right at the finish line. Is he going to get pushed over? Wow, what a finish we had today.
And we have a DNF on the field.
On all 4 cars, it looks like.
No points will be awarded for those drivers.
Luigi manages to stop just short. Raylan's car just stopped short of the finish line. We've got 2 around the 4th turn there. And the 4th car, I'm having trouble locating at this time. I believe he's stuck in the underpass somewhere. Actually, I can't find him. Oh, nope, he's in the roundabout.
I hear him coming around.
He's in the roundabout. I found him. So Bristol and Raylan's cars, actually, those 2 drivers made it real close to the end. But the other 2, they were a little ways away. So unfortunately, that first race, it's going to be an 0 for 0 on both teams. We're going to reset the track with different pole positions and give her another shot here.
Yeah, you know, you really hate to see that, Zach. It's just rough on these drivers when they're trying so hard. Oh, gotta be up. But, you know, these drivers are resilient. I think we're going to see them come back even stronger than they were in the first round here. And we just look forward to some great racing. Looks like those drivers are going back up to their positions, getting ready to race. Looks like we're in for another treat here.
What? Pink Faction. Yeah, I don't know who picked that, but
I'm getting confirmation from race control that they are ready to go.
looks like they're revving up again for another quick start. We'll have to be a little quicker with the camera changes. We didn't realize the racers were that rootin' tootin' ready to go. They really flew around the track on that first one. I was shocked at the speed, and the fact that nobody finished was even more shocking. But let's go straight to the starting lights.
All right.
And here we go. Looks like the lights are about to go. Here we go. Oh, wow. I thought we might have... Oh, and we have a crash right away, and only 1 car on its own all the way to the finish line. He hits a wide open track.
Who's it going to be?
Wow. Wowie, wow. Pink Faction with the win there.
Man, what a race.
Passes the track.
What a race that was.
Wow, those big tires, the grip, it really helps a lot. Unfortunately, it doesn't take much for another car to get right in front of you and block the track for you. End up causing a DNF for the other 3 drivers. So now we have 5 points for Pink Faction and 0.
Yeah, these drivers are really putting in their best efforts, but as you can see, you're not without collision on these tracks. Not with this difficult terrain and difficult curves and turns and every different direction of things. We can see the drivers are getting back up to their starting positions here. Yeah, we're just hoping for hopefully some more clean racing so these drivers can really show what they're made of. But so far, it's just been crash after crash. But I'm getting confirmation that they're back up at the gate and ready to start. So we're going to go back and follow them here.
All right, it looks like we have Mario and Bristol in the pole positions, Luigi and the SUV in the back. Yeah, looks like the starting lights are about to go off. Yeah, and here we go. And they're off. Quickly around the first corner, it looks like they're all going down this time. Oh, we have oh no, not enough speed. It looks like they took each other out. It might just be one, or it might be none. Oh, he's slow.
Slowly coming across the line.
And wow, what a
home.
slow
Wow, what an exciting turn
all by
of events.
himself, luckily. Wow, Bristol,
and it looks like we have some stragglers on the track there. Sounds like an engine stall or something.
wow, the SUV flipped over this time. Those big tires really hurting them. Mario and Luigi yet again failing to make anything happen on this track. They seem to be struggling when put against other drivers. They did well in the practice laps, but they've really struggled once they've been an actual part of the races today. We're down to the final race here, and we're going to go ahead and switch up those pole positions once again.
Yeah, we're seeing just some tremendous competition out there, fighting for every little inch on the track. These drivers are getting closer than I've seen all season. So, what a wild race we have.
I'm wondering if that pole position for the SUV and Bristol's gold car are really what are giving them advantage. It seems like when they've been put in the pole position, they've clearly been a front runner. They managed to get in front of the pack before. It seems like Mario and Luigi like to spin out a lot and cause a lot of havoc. They almost work as a great blocker for the other team. So I'll be curious to see how they play the strategy going into this next race.
Yeah, sounds like they're ready for us back at the track.
All right, looks like the lights are about to go. Here we go.
Sounds like we have we're having some problems on the track.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're just waiting for the smoke to clear. I see. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
And they're off. Oh, they got a clean turnaround the first one. We got two of them fighting. It's between Bristol and Pink Faction. Oh my goodness, and Bristol finishes backwards.
So as you know, that first place position pulls 5 points. Second place is going to pull 3. So what a race. Looks like Pink Faction came across the line.
First, yep.
First, followed closely by
Raylan in his Luigi car.
Wow, what a turn of events we have here.
Wow, that was quite an incredible day of racing. I was pretty shocked with the results, and I really didn't expect the Luigi or Mario cars to finish at all today the way they raced the first two. It was really, really interesting to see. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, and I talked to these drivers right before this race, and, from everything that they told me, it's, in these cars at the velocities that they're traveling and the skill it takes to get down the track, some of the drivers said it just feels like, after the race starts, you're just along for the ride, and you're just rolling down the track. But as we know, there's a lot of skill and art that goes into driving these cars. Not just anyone can. So, it's impressive to see these cars make it as far as they have. But we hope that the drivers get a little less daring and give a little more room around those corners. You could tell on a few of those turns that they were cutting corners and not giving the right of way around those tight corners. As you know, when a driver's coming around, you gotta take the inside lane or the outside lane
and stick to it. Yeah, a lot of them crossing over on the turns and causing a lot of havoc.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It looks like the results for the races are in. Pink Faction won by 1 point.
Wow.
Pink Faction with the win by 1 point. The SUV netting them 10 points total. The Luigi and Bristol's gold car netting them 9 points together. So they lost by 1 point.
Wow.
A lot of like you said, a lot of DNFs for Mario today. He had a rough day. Not great racing for Mario. Just a lot of blocking though. I mean, maybe you could say he held Luigi. I don't know. Pretty crazy. But we'll go ahead and line up the next racers here and get the next race. We got to just jump on the next race as quick as we possibly can here. So we'll keep it going.
Yep, we'll be back in a little bit.
All right, where are the other two cars? screen programming.
Oh, really? They can see this screen?
Yeah, you have your screen switched to Blender.
Is it?
Okay, I'm heading in.
Is it showing up?
This is what you're seeing.
Oh,
They're seeing that same thing?
nothing
Yes,
happened.
they're seeing this.
Oh. Oh, that's weird.
This chair is for sitting.
There we go.
Right, and we're back here on the Raceway. We've got the 4 cars all ready to go. Had to push them to the starting line. The line guys doing a great job of getting set up here quickly. Once again, we are racing Little Rascals versus Pink Faction. We will have Bristol and Raylan racing on Little Rascal's side. Once again, Pink Fiction relying just on Drift Queen. Seemed to work great for them on the first round. They just had the single driver. You know, it was a really interesting strategy, but it seemed to pay off for them considering that they had the most points. I mean, put all your eggs in one basket, that's what I always say.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw a lot of crashes in that first round. We're hoping to see hopefully a couple more cars finish in the next rounds here, but you know, it's up in the air right now. These drivers are very competitive, very aggressive, but I think we're in for some more good racing.
Yeah, and if we go to the track, you'll notice that the Pink Faction team is sporting 2 Mario Kart-like vehicles. They have Colt driving the one, and then they have Donkey Kong on the other. And it looks like for Bristol and Raylan, they are sporting a Viper GT and a Mazda RX-7. So it should be interesting to see how the Mario Kart fictional characters stack up against these non-fictional vehicles. And here we go. It looks like we're about to start. Revving up.
And lights
And
are
it's
out.
exciting. Oh, looks like it's neck and neck going straight into the first one. I hear him slowing way down though. Oh, we didn't quite make the second turn, or the fourth turn there.
Oh, I hear
Looks
stall.
like it's 4 DNFs. 4 DNFs. Nobody's engine kept running after that. It looked like a huge collision right out of the gate. Really rough around that second corner there.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to see these drivers lining up again to repeat that race or repeat that start. You know, it seems like maybe their cars weren't revved up enough or didn't have the correct RPMs to get around that second bend there.
Well, sometimes when you don't warm up your tires properly on the starting laps, what can happen is you just don't have the traction you need.
Yeah, we know with these cars, you know, heat plays a big factor in their abilities to, you know, climb down the track, so to speak.
All right, now we've got the cars all lined up again. RX-7 and the Viper lining up in the pole positions here, first and second, with Donkey Kong, and I really don't know what that thing's called, but I know it's from Mario Kart, so they're lining up third and fourth.
Racing lights are up, and
And here we go. They go around the first smoothly. but it looks like there's another crash. Are they? Oh, we have one that might finish today. Oh, the
Oh.
RX-7 crashes into the ambulance at the end, but makes a stunning finish across the finish line. That was a quick race lap for that guy. Looks like we lost someone along the way.
Yeah, what a race. What a race. Looks like a few cars caught up in the middle of the lanes here. Coming around turn 3 into turn 4. These drivers are really struggling today to finish their laps.
I will say in their defense, this track is much more difficult than it may at first appear. Or if it appears difficult, you are in fact correct in your first assumption.
Looks like drivers are gearing up for this next run down the track. I'm getting confirmation that they're at the starting gate.
We have the Viper and the Ghost dude lining up in the pole positions, first and second. Third and fourth, we have Donkey Kong and the RX-7. So we'll go ahead and hit those starting lights. Looks like they're revving up, getting their tires warm. Spinning them a little bit. Here we go. Starting lights.
And away they go.
Around the first corner, we have a huge crash. But we've got two that are actually going to finish. It looks like it might be a little bit neck and neck. Oh no!
Oh!
He was in first. Oh my goodness! What a turn of
What an
events!
accident!
That is not what you expect to see.
Boy.
Ghost almost made it all the way to the end, but didn't quite get there. And the Viper ends up pulling it out right at the end. What an unexpected finish from those two.
And you really got a feel for these drivers. You know that what an accident. You know, it's tough on the cars. There's a lot of maintenance that goes into these vehicles to keep them operable, and that just, you hate to see it. But
well, the nice thing,
day.
The Mario Kart one seemed to need imaginary maintenance, so that one's a little bit easier to stomach. But yeah, the RX-7 and the Viper definitely need a little bit more realistic maintenance. So we'll go ahead and reset the track for the next race. All right. And it looks like we have the RX-7 and Donkey Kong in the pole position with the Ghost and the Viper trailing behind those two. I'm curious to see how this one ends up coming out. Points-wise, I believe that Little Rascals have really taken the cake on this one.
It looks like we're going to head back to the Raceway here to follow these drivers. Looks like they're lined up again for the next race. We got Donkey Kong facing off against the other car.
Donkey Kong's facing off against the RX-7, and we have Viper facing off against the Ghost, it looks like.
Here we go. So we got 4 cars on the track here, looks like.
That is how we race them.
Yep. Oh, and the starting lights are off. Oh, and they're anticipating this drop. Looks like race control is taking their sweet time with pushing the button.
Nobody's jumped yet. That's surprising today. No one's jumped the line,
no
considering
false
how
starts.
long they're waiting. And they hit the green. They're around the first corner. There's already a crash, and we've lost Ghost. 2 more crashes, and it looks like, one off the track completely. And it looks like we have 4 did not finishes, unfortunately. That is rough for these racers.
Yeah, and you
could start with a did not finish and you end with a did not finish. That is not how you want your day to go.
You know, these drivers want to get down to the bottom of the track as fast as possible, but that's not a course of action I would recommend. And I'm pretty sure that they won't count that finish, taking it down the mountain like that. I mean, you got to give them points for creativity, but that's just not the way, to do it. So drivers are going to go ahead and reset themselves back on the track here, and we're going to gear up for the next round of racing.
Wasn't that number 4?
So that was race number 4. That'll be the final race of that circuit. And it sounds like they're going to go ahead and compile points for these drivers. There's a lot of DNFs on the field, and we're going to have to figure out points. We're also debating whether or not to count the trek down the mountain there to try and finish the race early. Sounds like race control might get involved there and have to deduct some points from team Pinkfection. But what a race so far, with, Bristol, Raylan, Drift Queen, and all these other drivers that we've had today. It's just been an exciting array of events, and maybe even a little confusing with how they're driving out on track.
Well, I will say this: spinning out seems to work great. Throwing out bananas, turtle shells, all that kind of stuff. It works great on the Mario Kart tracks, but it does not work so great when you're doing down the mountain here. It's just a tough strategy to sell in this situation. It's hard to recover from. Once you start spinning out, you lose your momentum and your traction, and then it seems like you're done for actually on this track because you don't have a go button, you don't have gas.
Mm-hmm.
All you've really got is your gravity and inertia as you're going down that track, and spinning really takes a lot of that away from you.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's what a track, what a race, and what a time to be racing.
So it looks like we've compiled the scores of these two teams. The Little Rascals surprisingly have upset Pinkfection. After those 4 races, obviously they had 10 points for the 2 finishes that they did receive, Pinkfection getting 0. That means that for total for the day, even though they lost the first round, points-wise, they are ahead 19-10. Pinkfection unable to pick up any points in that second round. So that's a really tough day for them. If they had been able to at least have a couple of scores, maybe a couple of finishes, they might have ended the day closer or maybe even tying or beating them. But both teams really struggled with finishing overall anyway. So it was definitely interesting to watch, interesting to see.
Yeah, quite a day of racing with these drivers. We look forward to continued success in this season and continued racing. So
yeah, and I think watching the junior tournament, you really could tell that these are newer drivers. These are younger drivers. A lot more spin outs, a lot less finishes. I think next week when we go to the senior division, that we're going to see a lot more skilled and experienced drivers who are really going to take their time, maybe set a cleaner pace and really finish the track instead of doing the do not finish, just trying to spin out, block cars. I think it's going to be a little bit different race next week.
Yeah, there's just a lot that goes into these cars and the engineers that build them in the background. It just makes such a big difference with the size, the weight. These cars are trying to get every little inch they can on the track. So, join us again for the
senior division.
The senior division.
We're going to have Zippity Bippity, the Crimson Leftovers, Jolly Rogers, the Circuit Breakers, Zandria, and Bagglebox next week when we continue. It should be a lot of rip-roar and fun. So we hope to see you next week.
See you later.